layout for you. It's a unicorn layout, and I'm using this cut file by Paige Evans. And I'm going to go in first, and I'm going to use this, I'm going to emboss. So what I'm doing is I'm using the embossing ink to wet the area that I want to use, and then I'm pouring the powder on top. And this is gold that I'm using. And then once I get it all on there and fill it all in, then I'm going to lift it up, push it to the side, put that all back in my jar. Yes, this is a little messy, but it's really easy. I never embossed before, and I embossed on my last layout, and I'm absolutely loving it. So I like the way it turns out, and it's really easy. So now I'm going in there with my heating tool, and you just hold it over it and you heat it up. And what it does is it adheres to the paper, and it makes it look really glossy and pretty and shine, just like a unicorn's horn would be. So I thought this was perfect. So I just keep heating it up until all that powder is gone, and see how pretty that looks? I love it. Now I'm going to be using this paper. This was a unicorn pad that I picked out at Hobby Lobby, I believe. And I'm using these pictures of my daughters. Their birthdays are a week apart. And they both wanted to have a unicorn party. So what I did is I took a bunch of pictures, of course, and we had a unicorn party. And we played pin the unicorn horn on the unicorn. And I made unicorn cupcakes, and we just had a lot of fun. We played games, and we opened presents, and we ate cake, and what's better than that, right? And they both got these unicorn little hats that they wore, and they just had a great time. One just turned 6, and the other is 5. So, they're my little cuties. And I'm just trimming down these pictures, and then I'm trying to figure out where I want to put them, because I had quite a few of them, as you can see, and this cut file is really big. So I want to make sure that I fit them in, but that they were going to look okay. So I go in with the 2 large ones on top, the 2 large ones on the bottom, and then the 2 tiny ones on each side. And I figure that's pretty much the way it's going to go. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my corner punch, and I'm going to just make round corners on them, just make the pictures look a little bit better. Sometimes I use my round corner punch. It depends on the size of the photo. You know, if I want it to be pointy, you know, it just all depends. And I knew that these pictures were so small as it was. I just wanted them to stand out and look a little bit nicer on the page. So I just rounded my corners. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here with a pencil, and I'm going to mark where the unicorn's horn is going to be, and where exactly my cut file is going to be on the page. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and I'm going to draw a rainbow. And then I'm going to use some glitter and some glue to hold the glitter down. And I'm going to make these beautiful rainbow. Because what's better than rainbows and unicorns? So now I'm also going to be using these, some Spiegel Mom sequins, and some that I got from Tuesday Morning in those tins right there. And I'm going to fill in the unicorn's horn with those sequins. So there's a lot going on here. So now this paper I found that I had, that was part of the unicorn pack 2 that I had. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to cut and back, I'm going to back my file, my cut file. So I'm going to try and get this blue first for the ears, because I really wanted this bluish green color for the ears of the unicorn, and also for all the leaves. So I'm sure you guys have seen me do this before. I just trace where I'm going to cut, And I just trace around, and then I cut it out, and then I glue it on my cut file. It's very simple. You just turn it around and glue it on. And that's what I keep doing. And I don't show you this whole thing because I've done this in lots of my other videos, showing how to back your cut file with paper. And I do realize that I did trace it the wrong way. So see, I made a mistake. We all make mistakes. So I wasn't going to waste it, so I ended up making it work. And I ended up gluing it on the other side. So I'm just going to glue it on there. And I love backing my cut files. I think it looks really pretty with the paper showing through. I like doing that, and I don't mind it. It does take a while, but I don't mind doing it. I think it's great, and it's fun, and it relieves a lot of stress too. Get your minds off of things. So there it is. And there I just drew my lines where I want my rainbow to go. So now that my cut file is backed, I'm going to use these glitters. They're Moxie glitters, and I got them at Tuesday Morning. They were really cheap. They were $3.99, I believe. And I'm going to use this glue here. It's a fine tip glue that I use all the time for whenever I glitter or if I need anything. It's Adhesive Tech. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby, or it may have been Michael's. But whatever clear glue you have will work for glitter. Glitter basically sticks to any glue. So now I'm just going to go in and I'm going to fill all that in with the glue. And I'm just going to keep filling it in. And then I'm going to go in with my first color. I use a mauve color, pink color, a purple, a blue, a turquoise, and a green. And now I'm just pouring it on. And then I'm going to go to the other side. And that's my daughter's hand. They love watching me. So whenever you see my videos, you will see their hands just peeking in, or their heads. They just love watching me do this stuff. And they actually scrapbook themselves. And once I get this all filled in with the glue, then I'm going to go in with the glitter, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. And I'm sorry for the glare. We're in the middle. I live in Florida. We're in the middle of waiting for this hurricane to get here. And it hasn't gotten here yet. And we're on day 3. So I was basically video recording in the dark. And my light was a little glary, so I'm very sorry about that. So I tried to do the best I could here. And I just brush it off with my little brush that I have here that I use. And look how pretty that looks. Isn't that great? I love it. So I already did my purple. I didn't show you each one because this would have been really long because I did a lot of work on this. And now I'm going to go in with the next color, blue. And I just keep going. And I did 4 colors, and it ended up turning out so pretty. And my girls were like, wow, Mommy, this looks awesome. And I'm like, I know, I just love it. And we just love colorful things, and this was perfect. And I actually, with this layout, I used 2 cut files from Paige Evans. I used the unicorn, and you'll see a little bit later, I used one for the clouds that I put up near the rainbow. And now I'm going to go in with the blue. And I just wanted to show you a couple of them because I wanted to see exactly how I did this. So that if you want to try it, you'll know exactly what I did. And now I have a paper underneath because I realized this is really messy. And I wanted something to pick up the glitter so I could pour it back in the jar. So and see how I kind of messed up right there, but I fixed it. And it's all done. And there's the green. And doesn't that look great? I love it. Love it, love it. So see, that's why I traced my horn and where I was exactly going to place my cut file. But look how pretty that is. It's so pretty. I just love it. And now once I glue my cut file down, I'm going to, see, I messed up there too, but I did fix it. Once I glue my cut file down, and I do glue it flat. I wanted it to be flat because I'm going to go in with these sequins, and I want to make sure that they're filled into each section of the unicorn's horn. So, once that's down, then you'll see how I go in with each color. And I basically do it just like the rainbow. I just go in and I fill each part of that horn with the different sequence colors. And this is a very colorful layout, so if you like color, I highly recommend this. And if your kids like unicorns, I highly recommend this. I went a little crazy with it, but I like the end result. So now I have this glue pen, and I'm going in with that, and I'm putting my sequins down, and I'm just kind of like sprinkling it down. I wasn't going to do one at a time for that little piece. So some I sprinkled down and some I went in and did individually. And I do have that little pen that you see on the left-hand side that sticks to my sequins and kind of like pushes it down. See, now, like right now, I'm having trouble sticking it down. But I did get it down. So it is sticky. It is a pain. But the end result is worth it. Now I'm going to go in with this bluish turquoise colors. And it's a little bit of green, I think, too, in there. And see, now I'm going in and I'm using my little tool that I have for my sequins. And I actually just bought this because I watched videos of people doing sequins and gluing it down. I'm like, I need that. Because I'm doing it with my fingers and the glue is sticking to me and it's sticking all over me. And I was just going absolutely bonkers. And I'm like, there has to be an easier way. So I watch a lot of YouTube videos and I noticed that a lot of the ladies do it this way. And they had this little tool and I finally found one. And I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. And there it is. Isn't that pretty? It's so pretty. And those are all the sequins that I used. And some were just Spiegel Mom scraps. And some were just from, see, those were the Spiegel Mom scraps that I used. And then some were just from Tuesday Morning. And now this is the other cut file. So I wanted clouds and I didn't know, what am I going to do? How am I going to get these clouds? So what I did is I cut out Paige Evans' cut file, which was a rainbow and clouds. And now I'm going in and I'm cutting it apart because I only wanted the clouds. And don't worry, I saved the rainbow. I'm going to use that for something else. And now I'm going to back my clouds with this paper. And this paper came from the Wildflower pad. It's Wildflower Collection, and it was a paper pad that I got at Tuesday Morning, and it's really super pretty colors in there. And I'm just tracing like I showed you before, and I'm going to cut it out. And these were actually easier to back because they were, you know, just one color, so it was a lot simpler to do. And then I'm just going to glue it on. And these clouds I'm going to put like around like the rainbow and stuff area. See? And I'm so sorry for that glare. It looks terrible. I'm sorry. And now I'm just figuring out, putting my pictures back. I put the clouds up there because I know where I'm going to put those. And there really wasn't a lot of embellishments that I could do on this because there was so much going on. But I used my unicorn pad that I showed you, and I cut these out. These were little cards that were in there. And I just trimmed them down, and I used those to back my photos. And they were just the perfect size, and I knew I wasn't really going to use them for anything else. So, and I do go in and round my corners on those too from my pictures. And I do want the clouds raised up, so I go in with my foam, my craft foam, and I raise them up. And I'm just cutting and fitting them. And then I'm going to glue them down. And I will tell you, it is hard to glue anything onto glitter. This is Scotch glue that I'm using, and it is very, very good glue. And they just kept coming up, and I had to keep gluing them down. So it was not fun. But eventually they stayed. And now I'm going in with my pictures, and I'm going to raise those up too, because remember my cut file is flat. So I did want some things to be raised up. And I'm just going in with my pictures. And now I'm going to put just a few embellishments. And I named this Magical because it was a magical day. It was their birthday, and it was very magical, and they had a great time. And unicorns are magical, and rainbows are magical, so I thought that was the perfect title. And I had this on a sticker pad that you see right there in the left-hand corner that I got from Hobby Lobby. They were on sale. It was one of the stickers that were on sale, thickers, I should say, that were on sale. And it just fit perfectly there. And then that little button there that I used, I had those. So I had already gone out and like bought all these unicorn things because I knew I was going to do a unicorn birthday party, so I knew I had to do a unicorn layout for their birthdays. And I glue that down, and then I go in and I glue down that little pony there, that metal pony on the right hand side. It's a unicorn pony. And then I go in with these little hearts, and these hearts were part of the Paige Evans Truly Grateful collection. I used some of her sequins too, by the way, in the unicorn's horn. And then you just go around and just scatter them around. And really, that's it, because there wasn't much more I could do on there, and there was really a lot going on. So I really hope you like it. It was so much fun to make, and I want to thank you all for watching my channel and for subscribing. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you're new, and don't forget to hit the button. And here's some close-ups. Thanks for watching. Bye.